Greetings friends, That Gaming Author here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei. In the last episode, we got started with our two protagonists, Akemi Nakajima, computing program genius, and also a little bit of a piece of crap, and Yumiko Shirazaki, the reincarnation of the goddess Izanami, and also our magic user. We got accustomed to the people living here in Mycon Village, or Mekon Village, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounced it both ways last episode, I'm not ashamed to admit. And we also got started into our foray into Daedalus Tower, starting on the 7th floor. Now, you may notice that my stats are just a little bit higher. You know, I'll actually go ahead and give you guys an idea of what the stats are looking like right now, so that way you can see what I put points into, what my level's at, and just where we're standing at the moment. So that way you also know that I didn't upgrade my equipment or anything like that. I basically just did some grinding. I only got 2 levels though. I didn't do too much grinding. So yeah, we've got Nakajima's Vitality at 13, Intelligence at 6, as it's been since the beginning of the game, Strength at 16, Speed at 6, and Luck at 5. And Yumiko, her Vitality is at 10, Intelligence at 16, Strength at 5, Speed at 9, and Luck at 6. Before we go right back into Daedalus Tower, I am thinking that since I have a fair amount of Maka, it would probably be wise to invest in better armor. Just that way we have as much defense as we can possibly get. So, we do not have enough for chainmail. Now that's unfortunate. We can get them both, and we can get Nakajima and Oak Shield, and then a helmet for Yumiko. So let's go ahead and get one of those. And then we'll go ahead and equip them for the both of them. Yumiko, your helmet goes on your head. And Nakajima, shield goes on your arm. And then I don't think we can buy the Scorpion Whip for Yumiko yet. I'm going to go ahead and test that just to see, though. Oh, no, we can. Okay, so we can get her best weapon, too. So let's go ahead and get that equipped onto Yumiko there. And then we will sell what she had previously. Jackknife. Oh yeah, so I got an extra jewel. While I was grinding off camera, I was grinding in the room that had the Kaiju Bosmu in it. And, like, that message at the end where it says, oh, but you didn't find anything. That changed, and I did find something. I found a jewel, actually. So, there was something I mentioned in the last episode that I might as well talk about, because it completely slipped my mind, as it tends to do in these recordings. So, I mentioned the battle formations, and how reordering in the comp menu is something I would go over once we started getting into the combat. Well, I figured now's the time to finally discuss that with you guys. You guys see those numbers 1 and 2 next to Nakajima's name and Yumiko's name? Once we get demons, we'll be able to have a total of up to 6 party members at once. And whoever, basically the higher the character's number, or I guess the lower technically, so Nakajima's number 1, he's technically the highest on the list, that means he has a much higher chance of being hit. So once you get demons in your party, you're going to want to have your weaker characters in the back, you're going to want to have them have lower numbers, and the ones that can tank hits, you'll want them up front, so that way they can go ahead and take the brunt of the damage. So we're going to go ahead and take care of this Kaiju Bosmu, and I want to demonstrate a little something. So I was talking about how the experience goes down, and I failed to explain myself once again, as well as I could have. So I was like, oh, and it's going to be harder to get demons to join your party? That was purely stream of consciousness thinking. I wasn't actually saying what I should have been saying. So the truth of the matter is, the more you level up, the harder it gets to grind, so it forces you to start fighting demons that are a little more out of your depth. So do you guys remember yesterday when this guy would give us 30 XP for killing him? Yeah, he only gives us 15 now. And of course there's nothing there. Just an important thing to keep in mind, like, the XP you gain from these fights does gradually continue to go down. And now, we are going to begin our first attempt at demon negotiation, see if we can get Gnome to join our party. And now this will be very useful for a mechanic I'll explain a little later, if we can get him to join. So I am going to offer a gift. He wants maca, that's fine. And there we go, just like that, we have a gnome added to the party. Hell yeah. So I'll explain this if we run into the circumstances in which this would be useful, so don't worry too much about the details, we'll cover them eventually. And then this is just another door for the elevator, not worried about that too much, just wanted to mark it off on the map. And let's just start going into these rooms. They say all but 4 demon classes can be recruited. Which ones? I don't know. Yeah, it's like Jirei, Fairy, and a couple more that I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it's kind of restricted. You get used to it though. Also, I'm gonna have to heal Nakajima here soon. I know that there's a dangerous encounter somewhere on this floor, so we will have to start being a little more careful. But on the plus side, I don't think we lose our progress when we die, we just lose money, so it's good to keep that in mind. And we're going back up, so as you can see, we're on the other side of what we've already explored in the last floor. Pretty interesting little detail, I like it. Minotaur is on the first floor of this tower. He's directly below this room. So I think if you were using some sort of graph paper or keeping track of the coordinates, you would know where to look. I am not doing that, but I do know where Minotaur is, so I'm not too worried about that. When I was doing my live stream of this game, I did accidentally stumble upon him though, and I'm like, oh crap, am I screwed? And thankfully I was not screwed, but yeah, it's a nice little hint. That little fairy is just there, and she's like, hey, watch out, you know, you got a powerful boss coming up. Okay, so I think that's... wait, is that where we came from? Yes, it is. Okay, so yeah, let's continue exploring this way. I got a little confused on what floor I was on for a second, so I just had to watch out. Ah, here's the encounter I was worried about. Okay. So we are going to start off with healing Nakajima, because this guy can hit pretty hard if I remember. Oh, you know what? No. I think it's only dangerous because he takes so many hits to kill. I think that's pretty much the only reason why I was so worried about it. And just like that, he's gone. 60 XP for fighting him though, that's pretty handy. And I don't think we can recruit him. We may be able to. Was his race fairy? I don't remember. I'll heal Yumiko, and then, whoops, I am not playing a standard jRPG. I'll heal Yumiko, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try again. Oh, it's close to a full moon though, that's kind of a problem. Oh, well, so much for trying to negotiate, we're just gonna have to kill him. I mean, you know what, on the plus side, we're gaining experience, so that's perfectly fine. Yeah, see, he's dealing around 3 damage now. I don't think that has to do with the full moon, but, you know, it's good to keep him in mind. Okay, so we are safe, we're alive, and we're already fighting more slimes. That's real cool of you, game. But that's okay. That's what this game's all about. You very much get used to all the random encounters. It's perfectly fine. I do feel a little bad for Yumiko already having only 19 MP, but that's okay. We will get more as we level up. Speaking of which, how long until our next level up? Okay, 65, so if we wanted to, we could go back in, fight the Dryad once more, and in 2 more fights, we'll get a level up. I personally don't see why not. It's not like we're spending hours doing this. These fixed encounter rooms are amazing for grinding, man. So yeah, since we're so close to a level up, I don't mind using MP because, again, I'm not playing a standard RPG, stop pressing triangle, or X. I'm not using a PS4 controller for a Super Nintendo game. But, because you may have noticed in the last episode, but we automatically heal when we level up, so that's why I'm not too worried about just using my MP. And, yeah, this is not going to be enough experience to level up. That's okay. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee while this battle goes. And so much for the battle. Okay, I feel like it's not necessary to try fighting the Dryad again. So hang on, let me see if I can change the moon phase real quick. Here we go. Here's the mechanic I wanted to talk to you guys about. So remember in the last episode I was talking about how in an encounter with 2 or more gnomes can be deadly, because they can cast the spell Zon, which has the ability to attack multiple times. And if, for example, a character's intelligence is rather low, like Nakajima's, then we could be screwed. Because that could be like 1 to 3 hits of like 10 to 20 damage. It can hurt a lot. So I mentioned that sometimes I'll escape, sometimes I'll just straight up run. However... Oh, it's a full moon, so we're screwed anyway. What a time to try freaking introducing a new mechanic. Okay, so on a not full moon, on any other moon phase other than the full moon, you can talk with them, and because you already have a gnome in your party, they'll just say, take care of our friend. They may occasionally give something to you as a gift, and then they will just leave. All of them. You don't have to worry about fighting them. Okay, on the plus side, we got a level up, and since we were talking about Nakajima being weak boy, I'll give him a point in intelligence. And we'll give her another point in intelligence too, because why not? And of course, it's still a full moon, so we're gonna have to fight these guys. I guess I can't complain too much because it's free XP. And see, look at that. Look at how much damage Nakajima just took. He was at full HP that turn. Yeah, I'm not even gonna risk it. We're gonna heal Nakajima. Okay, this turn they can both attack, though. There we go. Okay, so I think because we have gained a fair amount of levels, thankfully, it's not as difficult as it could be. We'll keep that Dryad encounter in mind for the future, and maybe try negotiating with them at a later date. But for now, I think it's important to start exploring the 6th floor a little more, since we haven't really done that much. Yoma Heke. This is another demon we can negotiate with, if it wasn't a gosh darn full moon. So we're just gonna go ahead and deal with this guy nice and quickly. I feel like the full moon also encounters the amount of demons you'll run into. I could be wrong about that though, because on the later floors, it feels like every single encounter will give you like a billion enemies to fight, and it's ridiculous. But who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe we'll uncover the truth together. Reach out to the truth all my life. I don't remember the lyrics of that song. But, you know, it's whatever. Use the elevator, find the Orb of Silence. Okay, so that's a clue. A treasure chest! 356 Maka. Okay, I'm cool with that. So I don't want to dive too deep into the labyrinth today, just because we're earning a lot of Maka, and I want to be able to buy the chainmail armor for Nakajima once we get back to Mikon Village. I also would like to get more demons in the party so we can at least attempt fusion. I don't think we're at a high enough level to really do anything, so yeah, we're just gonna want to be a little wary of that. And I would have negotiated... Oh, you guys, there's a train in the background. You guys can probably hear it. Oh my gosh, I'm a terrible recorder. Or whatever. What was I saying? Oh, I wanted to wait for the moon phases to go down a little bit before I started negotiating more. Because I feel like your odds of negotiation will improve if it's closer to a new moon. Also, here, I'll demonstrate this. There we go, you just gave us money, and they left. We don't have to fight them. So that's another reason, or that's another way in which demons can be very useful to you. You might be able to, you know, get a little bit of cash out of them. They might be like, hey, you're taking care of our friend, we appreciate that. Here, have some money for your troubles. Oh, I didn't mean to go back here. I looked at the map wrong. Where am I going? Okay, so we want to go down the door that's like straight around to our left. Because it looks like there's an area we haven't actually explored yet. And in Dungeon Crawlers, we must explore every square of the map. Even if it's a pitfall, even if it's a warp tile, even if it's a damage tile, we will explore every single tile. I don't know why, it's just satisfying, you know? If any of you have played a first-person dungeon crawler, you'll know the struggle. You have to do it. It's an obligation. It's a requirement for the experience. Also, these guys are weak sauce, and we keep missing. I feel like they have a high evasion rate, though, because I feel like in the last episode when we fought these guys, we were still missing. So, who knows, maybe they just really have a high evasion rate. Alright, so let's go down this way. No. There we go. My controller's actually been pretty responsive today. I'm very thankful for that. In the last episode, I had a lot of controller malfunctions, if you hadn't watched that yet. Which, if you haven't watched episode 2, or episode 1, what are you doing here? It's fine. Okay, it was just a dead end. So let's go back... Oh, there's another room. Oh, hello. And it's another dead end. How unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna try negotiating with this guy. You want money? I'm fine with that, and thank you, Hecate! Whoa! We got another demon in a party. So I think this staircase is the one that leads to the original floor, so we don't want to go there yet. Let's go ahead and take care of these guys quickly. Well, relatively quickly, but at least they don't heal like the Yekettes, so we're for the Hecates. I combined Yoma and Hecate in one word and created Yeket, a new demon. Hashtag MyOC, do not steal. Alright. Whoops, I didn't mean to press right again. I was still drinking coffee, so I had only one hand on the controller, and I was messing up, naturally. So the stairs are right here, I believe? Okay, there we go. I was trying to do that off of memory instead of being overly reliant on the map. And speaking of being overly reliant on the map, let me just see where this encounter is. I believe he is up here, so let's go ahead and give that a quick look. Hang on, what's our XP look like? Okay, our next level up will be 258 XP, so we've still got a ways to go before we can level up again. But I will go ahead and heal anyway, just to be on the safe side. I am not as worried about Nakajima, because he's got a fair amount of XP. Oh. That was not the Dryad room. Okay. Thanks, game. Okay, so it's right across this way. And you guys can get the heck out of here, because I want to be safe. Even though this is a Megaten game, there is no such thing as being safe, but whatever. There we go, Dryad can be negotiated with. I feel like I had so much difficulty getting Dryad to join the party. I don't know why, but I really did. And I'm gonna fight one out of curiosity just to see how much XP they drop, so let's go ahead and take care of this real quick. I'm curious, is your XP already halved, or can we do some more grinding against you in our next off-camera grinding session? Let's see. Okay, sweet. Sweet still gives us a fair amount. And we can afford that chainmail armor for Nakajima. I feel like everything's coming up a Kemi. So let's go ahead and head back on downstairs and then upstairs, because the dungeon layout's awkward like that, and get ourselves some armor. Get ourselves the fit. And, okay, so we're just gonna want to go this way. And I will demonstrate how demon fusion works. I won't actually fuse any demons yet because we are not nearly high enough level to actually get useful demons right now. So we're just gonna have these weak demons sitting in our party for quite some time. But first, we're gonna stop by the armor shop, get Nakajima some nice chainmail, make him look like Link from Twilight Princess. Oh, it's a new moon. Son of a... Man, okay, fine. We're just gonna walk around a real bit. I can't English sometimes. Okay, there we go. I forgot that was a thing. That's weird. Alright. Chainmail armor. Defense of 5. Hail to the yeah. And I think Yumiko already has the best equipment she can get. And then we'll go ahead and sell the combat suit. And wait, could we get something for Nakajima's head? No, we could not. I think the helmet was exclusively for Yumiko. That's unfortunate, but you know what? Whatever. Okay, so I will demonstrate the Cathedral of Shadows, and we can linger in the room a little bit longer because this is actually one of my favorite songs in the game. It's a really simple song, but I love it. It sounds so good. And when you hear the version that they put in the Famicom version of Megami Tensei 2, it is incredible. So, let's see what we're looking at here. We've got 3 demons, and now I believe the yellow numbers mean that they will fuse a demon you already have. Yes, you already have this demon. I'm curious, hang on, let me see what we can get with our current combinations. You want Tsushikame? I don't think I want that demon. Yeah, it's too high leveled for us anyway. And yeah, we don't really... no demons we really want, but I thought I'd show you guys the UI and just kind of show you exactly what it looks like. And I'll show you the healer, how the healer works as well, so that way you guys can understand that. So it tells you like their stats, and when they heal, they restore all HP, all MP, and I believe they remove any status ailments you may have too. If you've made it to Mekon Village, I don't think you'll have any status ailments that are really going to be super bad, but it's good to know. And then next to their stats, it shows the amount of Maka it will cost to heal them. So for Nakajima, it will cost 8 Maka to heal him. And for Yumiko, since we only really need to heal MP, it'll cost 4 Maka. There we go. And the cost of healing will start gradually going up as we progress, so yeah, just something to keep in mind. In any case, I think that's a good place to wrap up for today. Next time on Let's Play Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei, we will be higher level. I'll likely do some more grinding against that Dryad, and we will start delving deeper into the labyrinth. We'll begin our exploration of the 5th floor and onward, maybe get a couple more demons on our side. And who knows, we might get more clues as to where about this Orb of Silence is, so we can start using the elevator as a fast travel point. I'll see you guys then, and I hope you all have a good day.